Hello, everybody. I just want to share with you today a few tips I've learned about sanitary and uh, basic tattoo tips. This is for all the scratchers out there. I'm as well a scratcher, but this is what I've learned throughout my years, and I just wanted to share with everybody. First of all, the number one thing is, latex gloves. Whenever you do a tat, man, wear them. Let's see. All right. The beginning process of tattooing, of course, the area wherever you're going to work at, you got to make sure it's clean, properly washed, and shaved. Make sure it's shaved because the little bitty fine little frog hairs can mess up a tattoo and create an infection. But anyway, this is a soap I use. It's a tattoo goo. It's a antibacterial soap, pH balanced. But if you ain't got it, you can find any kind of antibacterial soap, dollar store, Walmart, wherever. Green soaps, I guess that's fine. But like I said, make sure the area is clean and shaved. All right. Another thing, after that's already prepped, your tattoo is transferred and everything. This is what I use. It stays on. It's a transfer gel. I usually use skin pins and so forth. I draw all my stencils or trace them with tracing paper or whatever, but you don't saturate it too much, but just enough to transfer. And after you get all that already done and everything, a lot of people don't know this, and whenever you get further along and you get better, it's a big key. And what it is petroleum jelly. Everybody knows what petroleum jelly is. Usually get a little 2-finger scoop out, maybe wipe it on the top of my glove. What I do, I put it on my glove. That way, once the stencil's on, I can do a thin layer of petroleum jelly over the stencil. That's way it traps the ink between the surface of the skin and inside the skin, and it it softens the skin where your needle will actually glide, which actually slide instead of just ripping and tearing the skin. And that's a big tip that I found that works great. And okay, another tip I want to share with you would be, as far as whenever you get to a certain spot of your tattoo where the ink is just smearing and needs to be wiped off, where you see what you're doing. I used to use old rags around the house and so forth. What I found that's pretty good, and they're disposable as well, and you get them relatively cheap. It's called, everybody should know what this is. Baby wipes. 72 baby wipes, dollar store for $1.50. Make sure it's the unscented type, because that's a big thing. You don't want no fragrance or anything going into the skin, irritating and so forth during the tattoo process. Another little tip I got for you is, as far as whenever you're dipping your gun, your actual tattoo gun, the tip of it, into like a ink cup. Your actual ink cups. Whenever you actually dip it in there, you have a chance of bottoming out. So whenever you're pushing that foot pedal and dipping it in and taking it out, that's a big chance on burning up that needle. So what you want to do, you just want to dip the needle, then pull it out, then hit the foot pedal. Do that about twice. That should, consume enough ink to do a few good lines and so forth. That's a good little tip. And whenever whenever you're doing it at home and you ain't get the high dollar sanitary kit and everything, the machine and so forth, what I normally do is just break down my, my needle tip, my barrel, my grip, my tips, and soak them into some paint thinner. What paint thinner does, it gets out all the excess inks and everything. And then after you do that, it's a good, everybody should have these in the house. Q-tips, that way you can run them down the barrels and clean them and everything. And after you do that, there's a stuff that you can buy called a cavicide. A cavicide is a doctor solutions for needles and so forth. Anyway, and another thing a lot of people don't know about is the inks. Inks are all made up of different metals, and there's a lot of people that has allergic reactions to certain colors and so forth. And I've already ran into a few of them myself, where certain people, come back and say, "Oh, you screwed my tattoo up," and this and that, and they can do further research. It's because their body rejects certain colors. And believe it or not, red is one of the main colors that people have reactions to. So, a lot of tattoo parlors tell you, it's how you dress your tattoo, how you take care of them. That is true, but a lot of places will tell you to use wrong stuff, such as, any kind of petroleum products like Vaseline, whatever. And this is not necessarily good, because a lot of people will wrap their tattoos in saran wrap, try to keep the tattoo moist. What that does, it sets up a barrier where it traps in bacteria and stuff. That's a big no-no. Your body it's like a human, well, it is a human, but it has its own defense mechanism, so it should be able to heal itself. So tattoo goo, it's good. I've never ever had no problems with it, but more for your buck, cheap little thing you get at a dollar store or wherever. It's called Curel Daily Moisturizing. It's unscented as well, and you use it twice a day for 3 days. And if your tattoo scabs up, that's what it's supposed to do. It's healing. It's healing. So, the more you keep that tattoo moist, I've learned, even on myself, you want to keep that tattoo moist, you think, that way it don't scab up, and then when it scab, it pulls the ink out whenever scab falls off, blah, blah, blah. But, let the body do what it's supposed to do. Twice a day, 3 days, and you should be good. Let's see, is there anything else I forget? Like I said, one more thing, the further you get into tattooing, you always heard the thing about you get what you pay for. The higher dollar guns, the better ink and everything you buy, it does help out. So basically what I'm saying right now is, I use external ink or eternal ink, and it's $10 an ounce. It's great ink. Just like I use my black ink, I use Curacumi. That's about the best black ink there is on the market for my what I think about it anyway. So keep that in mind, for all y'all beginners and scratchers out there, especially if you want something to stay around and show up really, really bright. And this is my little video to you, and hope you have a good day and a good future into the tattoo industry.